it's top tier Jasmine Allure, and if you want to have an alluring time, you better watch Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. Apologize for being late. I had to get the kids to bed, and that takes a little time. I'm your host, JC. Joining me this week is that guy, Tommy.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but can we go back to using the Gail Kim intro every single week? Because that seems just
What is
anyway.
Jasmine Allure? Okay,
She
and
throws a sign in my face every week.
Well, was it nice to her?
No, of course not. She's
First
evil.
of all, we don't play it every week. Maybe every other week, or every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Okay, so yeah, and we got big.
What's up, guys? Train Tracks 2023. We're almost done. Let's get through this.
That's actually kind of how I feel about 2023. So honestly, accurate.
I gotta ask: are you working on something for 2024?
No, I think, well, if it is, it has to be the same thing every week because that rhyming thing was fun for a while. But man,
this makes your brain hurt after.
When there are 52 weeks in a year, apparently every year, it is just.
You need like a weekly calendar to go through those.
Seriously.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining us. We're going to take some time to preview AEW Full Gear. We're also going to talk about United 210 Wrestling. Mike attended. RCW Iron Claw that you guys attended. And I'm going to talk a bit about the Hybrid Experience show that is happening this week as well. So, now, yes, talk a little bit of wrestling news. Mike, you saw the Backlash. The location has been announced.
Yes, I believe the Backlash 2024, which I think is the one before Mania or after Mania, right?
After Mania.
After Mania.
Is going to Lyons, France.
France.
It seems like they are going international with a lot of these non-big 4 or 5 pay-per-views. First ever WWE Premium Live event, WWE Backlash French in May 2024.
Nice.
So there you go.
Now I just want to know what the French will be chanting because I have
Jason. Sorry.
Yeah, Jason, we're late, but apparently you're late to the intro because he explained that.
I did. I gave you guys 2 minutes. Yeah, funny. I did partially play that intro in part, not to annoy Tommy as much as he thinks I did, but Jasmine Allure did post. Looks like she's finished with WoW Wrestling. We know fairly recently she had a tryout with WWE along with Maddie Rinkowski. Is this a sign that Jasmine Allure is the final steps of her potentially signing with WWE? What do you guys think?
Could it be the final countdown? No, I'm kidding. That's right.
AEW confirmed.
Right.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and there's kind of a couple ways to look at it.
Yeah.
Just from an outside perspective. Because initially when she posted, basically goodbye to WoW, that was kind of my first thought was, maybe she's, clearing up the books now because she's going to be busy.
Yeah.
But then a little later in the day, she also posted a reel, which was, I almost want to say a reintroduction of Jasmine Allure, talking about her background, really putting herself out there about who she is. And then at the end, she put out her socials contact me for bookings. So then I was like, okay, so maybe not, and maybe she's, trying to get a big I think she's a pretty big name in women's wrestling right now, but I do know with WoW, as good of an opportunity as that was, it did prevent her from going to certain indies because she had to be available on certain dates and stuff like that. So it also kind of feels like maybe this is to make a bigger indie run to maybe, get more recognition this coming year. So I don't know. Obviously, we both, all of us want her to get signed, but there's kind of both ways to look at it.
Do you think it's potential that, well, first of all, I talked to her a bit after the last NPW show. She had a great time with WoW. She really loved it.
Yeah.
I think she said her tag team partner over there like surprised her, came to NPW show once. But yeah. I'm wondering though, like, that's one possibility. Maybe her contract expired. But I don't know if WWE has fallen through. Maybe her putting that information out there is her way of also pushing it towards AEW and Impact. Like that's a very likely possibility as well.
Definitely.
Because
I mean, at this point, who doesn't want to go to TNA? Like, or
yes,
Impact TNA. Like,
yeah.
like honestly, I feel like a lot of people would go there if they paid them the same money. I feel like they're like a lot of people would start going there.
Let's be honest. Their women's division is the most consistent and usually puts on overall the best matches. WWE has some great women at the top. They don't give the middle enough time. And AEW has a lot of great women that they fumble a lot of storylines with. So
yeah,
I think
Impact has been very consistent. Or TNA, soon to be TNA again. Right? I have to get used to saying TNA. It's weird. Yeah, definitely. That's something they've prided themselves on. I do know Gail Kim has a lot to do with that. Yeah, speaking of Gail Kim, she's involved a lot with the storylines and the creative when it comes to the women's division, or the Knockouts division, I should say. And that's something that that they've done a great job, top to bottom. That group is very competitive, and it's something that has stayed consistent, whether it is TNA or Impact Wrestling.
I just realized it took me how many years to finally call them Impact and not TNA, and then like 3 years after I decide, okay, I'll call them Impact.
Come on, bro. Yeah.
Damn it! I was finally like, you know what? Cool. I'll like Scott D'Amore, Don Callis. Okay, I'll call it Impact now. Now we're TNA again. You mother.
Yeah, and now we have that liner from Gail Kim where it says an Impact Hall of Famer. Now I'm gonna have to get her to re-record it, say TNA Hall of Famer, right? So.
Oh darn! Then we have to talk to her again.
Yeah,
what was you, JC? Man, you have the worst luck, bro.
So.
Man.
All right, well, we'll see what the future holds for Jasmine Allure. Wish you the best of luck. Hopefully we'll see you around, though. But if you do see her at a show, get yourself that autograph, get that picture, buy an 8x10, because you don't know how much longer you're going to have the meet and greet access to her. And let's be honest, as much as you love to hate her, Tommy, she's going to be a star.
Yeah, I know.
and also, Tommy, no matter where she goes, she will rip your sign.
Yes.
That is for life.
And
on site, but I mean,
okay. So here's the thing, I don't think anyone, no one gets it. I have never said she's not beautiful. I never said she's not talented. She's evil. The three things can be true at the same time. She can be pretty. She can be talented. She can be evil. All three things can be true. What's the problem? I never said she couldn't wrestle. I never said she was the great wrestler. Never said that. She's evil. There is a difference.
Yeah,
you do boo her incessantly.
She's evil, and not like a cool evil like Holodead. Holodead's evil too, but in a cool way.
She's never. I mean, I don't have a problem with her. She's never been mean to me, so
you met her one time.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Mike, in JC's defense, people meet me one time and they're like, "Yeah, I don't like."
No, wait, Tommy. I just realized. How come JC, when he went to go talk to her, didn't get? You're going to spend money on her? You're going to talk to her?
I didn't see him go talk to her.
Oh, okay.
That's why. I saw you talking to her. That's why. I didn't see JC talk to her.
I made it a point to do it like after he left.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Although I was still hoping he was there, but I mean.
Well, that is when we got the world's
greatest. I was going to say, well, what does it matter? You got the damn picture. Oh,
yeah.
I went ahead and saved that because I might as well. Because I was like, you know what?
Tommy's favorite tag team.
I swear to God, if they ever tag use that name, I might just have to just like run with it into the nearest wall.
Although, Tommy, when we get to RCW, you are making friends all over the place.
You really are.
Yeah, we get to RC. I didn't want you to bring it up. Now.
You mentioned the picture. I'm just giving people. I'm giving people context.
Look,
so people know like what. Tommy, what picture? So
TNA Knockout Tag Champions, right there.
I swear, Mike, shut up! Don't! You know what? Damn it! I hate you both.
Let's put that in the universe. Yes, TNA Knockout Tag Team Champions. This would be a dream team, and I really hope they go on to TNA Wrestling and call themselves Tommy's favorite tag team.
In TNA,
you would be global, Tommy. Come on, bro. So
So this is. So wait. So this is how I get famous. This is my deal with the devil, isn't it? This is.
Or they're just like TFTT or something like that, and like no one explains.
Would you rather go viral for the wrong reasons? You know,
you don't want to do that.
I mean,
but I can't lie. This also feels like the wrong reasons. But I mean, if that's how I gotta go,
it's better this than being a Karen, right?
Yeah. Okay. You brought up the greater evil. You're not wrong. They're okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You've convinced me.
Yeah. See, it's not that hard. Yeah.
But I swear, if they go anywhere and win tag titles and use that name, I don't know.
Then that means you have to manage them. You'll get signed and make some money. That's what it means.
Look, Brian would do it.
He would.
I'm pretty sure Brandon would do it.
He would.
Marvel would do it if we could get them both in the hybrid gym. So I mean,
he would, and all three of them just to screw with me.
Oh, Bernsey, we don't have a long enough show to make that work.
We have to dedicate a whole show just for that.
Yes,
we're not doing that, by the way.
And we'll start with Lance Archer when
honestly,
we do that.
it's easier to just say every wrestler.
Yeah.
Than to like.
When we get to the picture, I did tell my boss this is how I pretty much my relationship with every South Texas wrestler goes. But. So I thought about it. I just thought of something when Jason when you also have to manage them. I was like, it will be like the most. It's almost like the FMK that we had the other day. It's like I manage them, but like none of us like each other. And like I try to help them
doing the Prince Nana dance down behind them. Don't lie.
First of all, that dance is fire. So yeah. I would do that dance for literally any reason because I swerve when I drive. So and.
All right.
I'm having Prince Nana as a regular conversation now, by the way. Sorry, go ahead.
But shout out there. Yeah, Burns, trust me. We might dedicate a whole episode to who Tommy pissed off.
Oh, man, I don't want to do that.
Bobby Fish will be on there. Trust me. That picture is freaking iconic.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. That's one of my favorite moments as a fan ever.
I need to track that picture down. I won't have it on this episode, but if I track it down, was it? You have it?
Yeah.
It's probably his wallpaper.
It was no lie. It was for a while. Hold on. No, you can keep talking. I just gotta remember where I put it.
All right. Well, while Tommy's tracking that down, Mike, let's ask you about United 210 Wrestling.
Oh yeah.
You know, Stud Stash was on last week talking about it. Mentioned it. Said rain or shine. Well, rain did happen. It did rain a lot.
It was
rain. So how was the event? I mean, did you park the truck next to the lot and just,
no.
Wrigley Field rooftop it or what's up?
No, I kept it safe. I went on. I just parked down the street.
Okay.
I got there. Show was supposed to start about 7:30, probably about like a little before 7. So there was still some decent parking down the street. And look, he's not lying. It is a nice setup for someone's backyard.
Yeah.
Like they laid down a big concrete slab. They got a ring. He's got these big oak trees in the back. Oh, there we go.
There's the picture. Yeah. This was at an ROH event, guys. I'm pretty sure this was on TV.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because someone recognized me from this like 3 weeks later at another show.
You could totally be replaced with CM Punk, and the picture would still make sense. But that's another story.
I feel like I can edit this part out. This part. Right. Boom. Angry black guy T-shirt. Remember I wanted to make that one time? Remember that, Tommy?
Yeah, I'll wear it. I don't care.
Yeah, it's a classic picture.
Yeah.
So
sorry, Mike. I just found
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
But they got these big trees in the backyard, so they got lighting on it. Like the lighting's legit. They got a sound system going. So it was really fun. And then, like they said, they normally have food trucks. Apparently, those food trucks are busy, but he still got like a pizza guy to come out, put up an awning, and sell pizzas. And shout out to Key Vibes and her parents because they wound up sitting literally right in front of me. And so obviously it had been raining for a while. And so when the rain stopped, I brought my own chair, and then I brought a towel that I always keep in my truck. Normally that towel is there because it's Texas and it's 150 degrees. And so, I need to wipe sweat off, but it's been cooler lately. So, but I keep it in there anyway. So I brought it because, I figured things might be wet. So when they got their chairs and pulled them over, obviously they had a bunch of rain on them. So I was like, here, use my towel and wipe off your chairs. I'm not using it. Yeah. So they were thankful. Then later they bought a pizza and they were like, would you like a slice? And I was like, Do you see me? Of course I didn't say that to them, but I was like, no, thank you. But no,
Would
they
you
were
like
really
a
cool.
slice? That's hilarious that you thought you had a choice. Look at it.
No, but they were really cool. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of weird to see Stash and Rob Love as like heroes of the South Side.
The damn multiverse.
The multiverse was in effect. They had they had their version of a Survivor Series tag match, and David Kidd was on their team. And then there
That's
are
right.
some
That's right.
yeah, and then there are some local wrestlers I'm not as familiar with, and I don't remember everyone's name, but they had a guy named Pac Ortega on their team.
I know that name.
They had a couple of luchadors. One was named Epidemius, who was in a match at the beginning of the show. And then there was Epidemius Jr., who was their surprise tag team partner. But yeah, it was. I mean, it was a fun show overall. Living in Fashion are their tag champs. Also, they took a match against Alex Arsenal and what was his name? He was British. I don't know. I think they were called British Arsenal, if I heard correctly.
okay.
Of course they
Of
were.
course.
Of course
But
they were.
the original tag team they were supposed to face wasn't there for some reason. I don't remember what happened. So they basically put an open challenge, and Arsenal and his partner jumped him from behind. But Living in Fashion still pulled out the win. And then, so if you're an RCW fan, I know Jason's watching. We know them as the Cholas, and we know Kali, who has faced Izzy, and Ref Zendi. Well, the four of them had a tag match in this multiverse. So Kali teamed with Alyssa. I don't know if they had a name, but I booed Kali because that's what we do.
Yeah.
And then the other two came out as Ridley Thorne and Hysteria. They are Hexcellence. And that was pretty cool. But this pains me to say, but I guess I have to say it. Caliente did get the win off a front falling DDT. So instead of falling back with it,
Oh,
kind of falls forward with it.
It's like who did that? I can't remember who used to do that move, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it before too. So you know, I doubt she watches because she doesn't like us, but I'll give her credit for that, I guess.
Well, hey, the show couldn't be perfect. I mean,
Right.
something had to go wrong. And Cali
Also, Vance Jackson was there, so he still sucked.
Oh well, there you
God
go. See, the show
damn
was
it. Yeah.
But yeah, so then Jesse James was there. He had a singles match. The Flocking Brawlers were there. They faced off against Jay Young and Eric Walker, and they beat them. And then they had their 5-on-5 match, and the other team had. See, there were some guys I'm not as familiar with. There was Teflon Don. There was
Teflon John.
Or Teflon John.
Yeah,
that probably makes more sense. The treat, not both treats. It was it both treats? I don't know. Marvel never moves, or never. He never changes emotion, so I forget sometimes. But Don Juan was definitely there. Oh, Diego. It wasn't. It was him and Diego. And then another guy who I'm not as familiar with. But yeah, it was a fun show. The good guys won in the end. He actually led a bunch of the kids. There's a bunch of kids that have stud stash T-shirts, like little yellow shirts with his mustache. And I think a lot of them are from that Harlandale area, which he's obviously such a big, player in there. So that was really cool. They kind of came in the ring and celebrated to close out the show.
You know what that's like? It's like MJF in Long Island, Bret Hart in Canada, and doesn't they're the heels everywhere else. The second they go where they're from, doesn't freaking matter. Or it was like Sean Bex when he debuted with me. I didn't give a damn what that man was doing. He was the hero that night.
Yeah, but that wasn't location as much as.
No, you're right. No, it was. And for those of you who don't know, it was total racial bias. Sean Bex, may he rest in peace, is black, and and I'm black, and so that night it's the saboteur.
Yeah.
Yep, he's on my lap.
Yeah, I can see him.
I can see he hasn't sabotaged the show in like 3 years. He has to do it now. Saboteur.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it does seem like United.
Really white in this light, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, like I said, their shows have been called United all year. They will become United 210, but they won't be back till probably around March. They said. They kind of take time off and then they get started again.
I'm sure that ring would suck in the wintertime. So,
Yeah. I mean, it's probably that and the fact that, like, between December and January, my God, so much happens, and you just, so.
And if you watched our show last week, we had Stud Stash on. We mentioned the MCTV thing. So if you go to the United 210 YouTube channel, they have the video story up there about Stud Stash, about him being a teacher as well. And it also features WrestleCaster, my beautiful wife Tina. She is also interviewed as part of that story. So it is pretty cool to see that as well. So go check it out. Really still, MCTV is it's student edited, so it's student run, student interviews, things like that too. It's pretty cool seeing high school students put a story like that together. So
nice.
And shout out to Face for Wrestling, Waldo, and Dr. the Wife.
Yeah.
Who are involved in every promotion down here.
They are everywhere.
But they were
I'm
doing.
jealous.
They set up the live stream for United 210 off their YouTube, and they helped put out that video for him too. So yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to RCW Iron Claw, which also took place this past weekend. Whoops, hit that one too many times. There we go. Both of you guys attended, and Tommy, I gotta say, from what I've seen, you had a pretty damn good time.
That's one way to put it. I mean, hold on. There it is. I was gonna look for it. Yeah, I mean, I had a great time. I mean, I don't think she did, or she did, or she did, or she did, but I had a great time.
Yeah.
Basically, this is two reactions, and I can tell you right now what these two reactions are. This is every wrestler in South Texas when they see me, and this is literally every chick I ever asked out in high school. So
okay,
I mean, and this is not only every chick I ever asked out in high school. This was their reaction when I asked them out. So honestly, this just took me back. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Since you're sharing that much, Tommy, I hope you don't mind me sharing that you told them what you thought of, or like what you told us when they debuted as the Cholas.
Yeah.
And their reaction, and they're laughing about it. Like not mean to you, but like thinking it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like cracked me up. You were like, yeah, when y'all came out as the Cholas, I was like, oh, look, every girl I ever had a crush on in high school.
Yeah,
it wasn't entirely wrong. I mean, if they had a black girl in there with them, then 100% every single chick.
To be fair, when we were in high school, I think just about every one of these girls would have had like a glamour shot done at the mall. Wow. Those little like airbrush type pictures taken. Come on, that was like all the craze when we were in high school.
Dude,
like,
no,
you're not wrong.
I wasn't even judging, because I was like, actually, you know what? That never helped the crushes either. Whenever I saw that they had those. Yeah. One chick in middle school had the biggest crush on her. Had one of those. Did not help the crush at all.
Park Mall.
Yeah. Second floor, near where Sears used to be.
Yep.
Photos. What was the photos by Deb or no?
I can't remember what the damn name of that place was. But yeah.
Great call out, Mike. Napoleon Dynamite. Great movie.
I forgot about that. Thank you. I completely missed that one. My bad. That's on me.
Then this picture happened.
Yes, look at that.
Yes, dude.
Look at that.
Shout out to Edward and his son Christian. Hope you guys are watching this, because you tell us you do. You brought a shirt. Hell yeah.
Appreciate that.
If you're watching it now or watching it later, I don't care. Just thank you for watching.
Yes.
Dude, and JC was the greatest thing. When he walked past, I was like, did he have a WrestleCast shirt on? And Mike was like, I think he did. I was like, oh my God, dude. Do we have fans?
Did you guys check if it was authentic, or did he bootleg it from like the Bulga? Because
look, we don't care.
I'm just saying, like, if we're getting our shirts bootlegged, I'm like, you know what? That's fucking badass.
We made it.
If that happening, dude, I was like, we made it. We finally made it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they're super cool, and we hope, if you're watching this before Hybrid, we hope we see you there. I think you said you would be there.
Yeah.
But they're really cool, and we got to talk to them for a little bit, and and it's kind of funny because I kind of, I was telling them, because they're like, oh, sometimes we talk to the wrestlers, sometimes we don't. And I was like, dude, you don't realize, like, up until this past year, like I've said for years on this show, you and Tommy and JC made friends with everybody immediately. Like, this dude used to text with Hernandez and Homicide about baseball, and Tommy's
I still talk shit about baseball because he gives me crap about the Astros, and I was like, where were your Yankees in the playoffs this year, bro?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's fun. It's all fun. So, yeah.
It definitely was Burnsy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I was like, yeah, and it was like up until this last year, I didn't talk to them either. So I was like, just go meet them, and like, and again, hybrid RCW, all the local ones, because it's a lot of the same people. Just really cool. So yeah, shout out again, Edward and Christian. Thanks for being fans. We
Appreciate
do
you.
Yeah, man.
appreciate
Thank you so much, man. Like that was really humbling to see that. That meant a lot, though. Like seriously,
Some quick highlights from RCW.
banger of a show.
Oof, yeah, it was.
Man, banger of a show. Card top to bottom was just stacked, and I know we said that a lot about RCW, but I don't know what it was about this year. I feel like they couldn't have a bad show this year if they tried.
Yeah,
And I gotta give shout out to even Fuego del Sol against Khan. There was a couple seconds there. I believed. I was like,
I was not expecting that much, but
it was a way more competitive match than I was expecting.
Excuse me.
Fuego did not disappoint. Khan doesn't know how. Khan doesn't know how to disappoint. I'm sorry. He might be one of the most underrated guys in wrestling right now, because and that being said, I'm not saying he's not in a good prominent place with Mogul Embassy, because he's on TV every week. So what the hell is the complaint? But it's just like, but even by himself, I feel like he's like maybe this close from having a huge breakthrough match, and like just having a rocket strapped to his back, But dude is so freaking good.
And also, quick shout out to Gates of Agony going to the New Japan Tag League.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up. Because also shout out to Ryan Davidson from Houston. He's in Japan right now in Real Tag League with his partner Cyrus for All Japan Pro Wrestling. They're wrestling there right now. So shout out to him. I keep meaning to bring that up and I kept forgetting. Shout out to him. So Texas taking over, dude. It's awesome. But Miranda Gordy, who hopefully we can be able to talk to soon as well. She it's like, well, what did Brandon say? It couldn't be a show about the Von Erichs without a Gordy somewhere. Right. And she came out, had a great match with Maddie, who is another person who can't have a bad match if she tried. And then the main event, which was, I think, every Texas fan's wrestling dream of the Treats and the Von Erichs.
Amazing.
So yeah,
and it was really cool because the Von Erichs came out before the show, didn't have merch, just took pictures with everyone
for free.
Yeah,
and we're just talking to people too. Like they were just like, if people wanted to talk to them, ask them questions, they're like, yeah, sure. And I will say I guess they took a liking to me, because hopefully I did speak to them, and everyone here knows it, but I haven't said it on the show yet. Hopefully we'll be able to get them on soon to talk to them.
JC, we need to talk, or keep talking for a second, because I do need to send you something. There's one more thing we need to play from the mixed tag match. As some of you, well, there's.
I'm afraid to pull it up and I'm freezing my computer, but yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I can bring it up, but first of all, Jason's right. The multiverse started healing a little bit.
It slowly came together.
Because they cut a heel promo on the Von Erichs at the beginning of the show, which was kind of funny. And we're like, back to normal now.
It came together, and then it frayed because I cheered for Angel Camacho and Anthony Andrews. So again, this timeline that I'm living in currently in my life makes no sense. I cheered Angel Camacho and Anthony Andrews on an RCW show.
But
that is my life.
You never stopped booing Nastico, and I think that's important to
mention. There are some things I must believe are constant in every multiverse. I know we talked about possibilities, but I know there's one thing that must be a constant. I have to hate him no matter the universe.
Yeah. And look, I sponsored Alejandra because she's cool and she's awesome. So we had to like boo Nastico and Bo Amir, but cheer her. We again try to convince her to
just dump him,
to dump them.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Y'all hear that?
Her little scratch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me know when I can share my screen.
Whenever you're ready, it'll pop up for me, and I'll share it.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. And yes, Jason, poor Alejandra. It's
quick little breaking news here. Becky Lynch has made history.
Yes. Did you see this?
She is the first player on Jeopardy to give 0 correct answers out of 60 clues.
Oh,
man.
I feel really bad for her.
I did too.
I
I feel bad for her, but she's running with the joke.
I need to
Yeah.
actually find that episode. That's just amazing. Yeah.
While he's pulling that up, JC, I also went to New Japan Strong on Friday.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And I'll just say real quick, great show. Zack Sabre Jr. and Mike Bailey, that may be a match of the year candidate for me. Less than 15 minutes, and they freaking killed it. The last 5 minutes were a marathon of pro wrestling, and I mean that in the best way. And I finally got to achieve my dream of seeing Mayu Iwatani live. Her and Stephanie Vaquer had a great match. Shingo Takagi and Trent Beretta was way better than I thought it was going to be. Trent proved he can go. I mean, I already knew that, but he really can go by himself. He in a singles run. And Shingo did promise they'll be back. He said for sure he'll be back. And at the end of the show, Tama Tonga stepped up to challenge for the Never Openweight Championship, and they're going to do it at the Tokyo Dome.
Amazing.
And shout out to Tak Rock, who was the ring announcer for New Japan Strong. I don't think he does it in Japan. I know he does whenever they come to America. He is a super cool guy. Because I saw Abyss, owner of Inspire, while I was there, and I was down there, so I asked Mr. Rock if I could take a picture real quick. Nicest dude, super cool. Hope to run into him again someday. Jason said it best. The ZSJ and Mike and Bailey and Mike Bailey and Mayu made the trip worth it. Yeah, that was worth the 5 hours alone. You know, that really was. It was really, really good. And of course, it was really cool seeing Moxley and Wheeler Yuta defeat Bullet Club. The number of chants for Bullet Club Gold. There was like a whole section just egging David Finlay on, saying that was the real Bullet Club, man, and it was glorious. I love how they're like not even technically part of Bullet Club anymore, but have still like taken over.
All right, Mike, let me share what you got here. So
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
So can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so just to set the picture here, because I guess a clip kind of starts in the middle. This is Angel Camacho, who is probably a legit 500 plus pounds.
Yeah.
This is his sister Emmy, who's on his back, and it's kind of hard to see here.
Who weighs about a good 50, give or take, 10 pounds or so.
This is Alejandra Quintanilla,
who did nothing to deserve this.
No, other than be managed by Nastico on the ground, about to get super splashed. So let's play this. And then, honestly, listen in the back, because I do add commentary at the very end.
We can't hear it. We can watch it. We can't hear the commentary.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
So yeah, and somehow she was still alive after that.
Yeah. She was still mad at me, by the way. Like after the show, I know she was still mad at me because I was like, and I told her all the time, it's not you, it's Nasty.
Yes. I told her.
Yeah.
I was like, look, we're really sorry, but you need to dump him. She said she'd take it under consideration, but I don't know.
You should just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
I'd be a better manager, and I have no experience managing wrestlers whatsoever.
Yeah. No, but it was actually funny, though, because we were talking to her afterwards, and, we were like, you okay? Did you survive? She goes, you know what? She goes, somehow I always seem to get thrown around by the big dudes. She's like, I've been, like, power bombed over the top rope onto someone. Well,
yep.
I mean, yeah.
No. Izzy likes me.
Yeah.
Give it time. No, I'm just kidding.
That's true.
She's young.
She's a kid. She doesn't know any better yet. That's true.
All right. Well, what we have local shows. What's coming up? Hybrid Experience this Friday, November 17th.
Tomorrow night. Thanksgiving.
Mission Pro Wrestling, December 9th. BOW, January 6th. And just announced today, RCW's Rumble Royale, January 20th. Those are the next events on local promotions. United TUSN, you said was in March? Is what
yeah, probably not till March.
Probably not till
March. Look,
thank you, Burnsy. You rock, dude.
Burnsy, I feel like you don't hate anybody though.
Yeah, but
Dude.
I'll still take it because Bernsey is a super nice guy though. Like no kidding. Like
yeah, he is. He's awesome.
All right, what is on tap for the hybrid experience tomorrow?
I have this as well.
Oh, right. Okay, I was gonna say I don't have it.
So let's let me pull this up real quick. We have a 6-man tag match: Eric Walker, Jesse James, and David Kidd versus the River City Kingdom, which is Rob Love and Stash, with Don Fernando, who has been at the last couple of hybrid shows. His character is like he's trying to be a Ric Flair type of heel, but he buys his stuff at the cheapest store you could find. Like, I don't mean that like super seriously, but
his feather boas are from Hobby Lobby. Just so
and he's been trying to work.
So they're not there on Sunday. Got it.
He is trying to work his way into the Kingdom as kind of part of the storyline. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Chase Young is facing Jay Young, who is one of their young, recently graduated guys.
Wow, Jason, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Nice.
Damn, that's a good reference.
That's how you know we're all old here.
Yeah, seriously. Who did I know used to work at Solo Store? I think someone in my family used to work there.
I don't know.
Yeah, my sister used to work at Mervin's.
Mervin's.
Yeah,
Bells.
Mervin's.
Yeah.
Bell's is the worst store ever. Sorry.
Somehow it lasted longer than all those other
ones. Did! Which is bullshit. It was the worst store out of all of them.
Because they still had layaway. Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
Sorry. No, it's okay. The one your kids are excited for, it's Izzy Moreno and the returning Key Vibes versus Gia Michelle and our favorite, Caliente.
Your favorite.
This is our favorite. It's some bullshit. Yeah.
I said it sarcastically.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because she probably hates us all anyway. So it's
okay, she doesn't like you and JC. She hates me.
I don't know. I don't think that's true.
No, she might hate you, Mike.
Okay. You know what, though? That also might be because I told her from the WrestleCast Instagram that you only wanted to share clips of her getting beat up. So that actually might not have helped because she said y'all have beat.
Now, while you did throw me under the bus with that, you weren't wrong in what you said.
Then we also got Alexander Crowley versus a relatively new guy, Animo, who is under a mask.
Yeah.
So that should be an interesting one. Kind of a big one. I don't know if it's going to be the main event, but it kind of was set up like that. The Texas Treats versus End of the World Party, who we had, as we said, earlier in the year. So at the last show, we talked about this. They kind of invaded at the end of the show. No one seemed to know who they are, but we were like, we know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason, you're right. Like, we do tend to be nicer toward her than Tommy does. That's probably true.
I mean, that's fair.
But that's true about a lot of people. So.
I mean, that's also not inaccurate in general.
Diego Rene is taking on Danny Vintage. Diego Rene is getting quite the reputation as a treated.
He wore an army helmet at the RCW show. I was like, what part of being a pirate is an army helmet? You idiot.
I'm really glad that on the Facebook post for him, I got to add the GIF of "You are the worst pirate I have ever heard of," because it was perfect. Because he was not being a pirate at all. I called him Safety Helmet, but I don't think he heard me. So
no, you did, and I forgot you did that until just now. That was hilarious. Yeah.
And then there's a triple threat tag match with literally 5 of the 6 people who we have interviewed. Living in Fashion are the Living in Fashion. What are the teams? H2 Easy are the hybrid tag champs, and they'll also be the Flocking Brawlers in the match. So, a 3-way tag match for the belts with 3 of pretty much hybrid's best tag teams going at it. So that should be a heck of a show. Tomorrow night starts at 7, doors open at 6.
I'm looking forward to it. The kids are looking forward to it too. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. So.
Oh my God. We got to get Jay to be mean to Callie. Oh, it's on.
I mean,
because he doesn't need much.
He's pretty definitely in the markout style. So if somebody's the bad guy, he'll be
But he won't cheer against Izzy, will he? Because
No, he won't cheer against.
Yeah, because he's facing Izzy, so that'll be easy.
Yeah, that'll be easy. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, the much anticipated AEW Full Gear is finally gonna be here. It's gonna be Saturday night, and this is a interesting card to say the least. A lot of MJF for a guy that doesn't like to wrestle, he's pulling double duty, right? So, this is a lot to discuss, a lot going on here. A Texas death match, a 3-way match, tag team match with some stipulations on the line, a 4-way tag match. There's a lot. So we're going to go through this, make our predictions. If you're watching it, definitely make those right along with us. And we're going to start with what is on the pre-show. MJF and a partner to be announced are defending the ROH Tag Team Championship against the Guns. And Tommy, let's start with you on this one. I know it's ROH related, so kind of have to. What's your feel on this? Who do you think the partner is going to be, and do you think they retain?
If the partner is Samoa Joe, then yes, they're going to retain.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's going to be Joe's proof that he deserves a title shot, that they retain the belts. If it's Joe. If it's not Joe, which at this point I don't know who the hell else it could be, then I'm just going to lose the belts to the Guns. Again, not the worst case scenario because it's still the Guns, and at this point, I can these words leaving my mouth. They're actually really good.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where I'm going with that. So it's going to be Joe, and they retain.
Okay, Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like obviously Adam Cole's injury threw a big wrench into the plans with this. Because the Guns would make excellent ROH Tag Team Champions.
They would.
But I don't know how much longer this story of MJF by himself will go on. I think I'm going to go with Tommy and go with MJF and probably a Samoa Joe. Because I agree, they are kind of setting it up for him to be the partner, but then get the title match afterwards.
Okay. Am I feeling okay? I'm tired. If that's what you're asking, Burns. It's been a long week, bro.
I feel like they're gonna swerve us here somewhere. I don't know.
No, Swerve is later in the show. He's
okay.
Yeah, man, I was trying to figure out a way to make that joke work. Nice. I couldn't think of it in time.
Have they said how long Adam Cole's gonna be out?
I don't think they have officially.
No,
I was wondering about that too.
I know he had the surgery.
Yeah.
Already. So I think he's just healing right now. So
probably got to be a couple months. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it's been about a month since the surgery already. I think.
Here's my question, because I haven't heard from them in a while. Are either member of it Red Dragon currently signed somewhere?
Kyle O'Reilly is starting to make a comeback
but he's also coming back from injury.
Yeah, because he was out with something. I think it had to do with his. What did he have? I can't remember. But Bobby Fish was in Impact for a while. I don't know if he still is. Last I heard, he was.
He's not signed with AEW. He got released, they didn't re-sign him. So
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I feel like one of those guys might be the mystery partner. Something kind of keeping related.
Well, Kyle O'Reilly did post pictures of himself working out, which was something he hadn't shown in
I feel like it's more likely that Kyle O'Reilly winds up as one of those guys under the mask for the devil than here, but I don't know. It depends
which I'm assuming they're going to reveal at Full Gear.
See, yeah, I don't know. But I guess also Kyle could be sent by Adam to help MJF. That could be a story.
That's my thought. That's my thought. And that's why I feel like this is where they set it up. So I'm going to say either member of Red Dragon, and yes, they'll retain the titles. But it's just kind of like a placeholder for, if you will. So.
Yeah. I love how this is like Runner Trunk's best character work ever. This is hilarious. Like,
God, the little mustache is so hilarious.
Yeah. Dude. The wheelchair, the neck brace, no neck November, which is just the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And then he has the nerve to, after he wins the match, act like he's paralyzed again. And the fact that Adam is a shirt now, like I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yes,
it's just Adam is just a shirt now. It's hilarious to me.
All right, next is Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. I really feel like AEW can just make a shirt that just says Adam by itself, and it can be for anybody that's out there. That's
at this point,
yeah. So
there are a few.
There are a few, right? So, Just to know, Ric Flair is going to be in the corner of Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland. So, Mike, who do you think is walking away with this victory?
I mean, you can't have Sting win when he's on his retirement tour. I mean, lose, I should say, on his retirement tour. Can you? I feel like it's easy to put a pin on Nick Wayne.
That's what I was
and
thinking
still
too.
keep Christian Cage and even Luchasaurus kind of strong. But yeah, I mean, Sting, Darby, and Adam, you can't make them lose.
Yeah,
at least not without a good reason.
I'm with you on that too as well. Yeah, this is a hell of a team.
Yeah,
so it's hard to back that. Tommy, you agree too?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
right.
I see no reason to bet against this team.
All right, Texas Death Match. Another Adam Page taking on Swerve Strickland. These are
at
fun.
some point they have to form a tag team, right?
Or
like the Adams.
The Adams, yeah.
The Adam Bombs.
The Adams family.
Yeah. I was going to say call them the Adam Bombs.
Yeah, that too.
This one's going to be violent. Let's be honest here. I'm expecting them to be wrestling all over the place, all over the freaking arena. Sure. So, but I'm gonna go with Swerve on this one. Just that outside interference, what's going on with that this is gonna come into play, I think, and so I feel like Swerve's gonna come out of this one with the win. Tommy, what about you?
Yeah, me too. I feel like Swerve's gonna pull a Swerve, so yeah, he's gonna find a way to win it. So yeah. Swerve when I drive, for sure.
Okay. Mike?
I'm actually going to go the sweep with you guys because I think this could cement him as one of the biggest heels in AEW because he is really good at being evil.
I mean, he broke into the man's house.
Yeah, and I think that's a character and with his talent as a wrestler that he could be one of the top heels in AEW for a while to come, and I think this could be one of those signature matches that really puts him at that level. And I think in the long run, Hangman's the kind of guy in AEW that a loss here, give him a week or two off, bring him back, and it won't really hurt him that much.
Yeah.
You see Burns' comment?
There's a lot of ways we could go with this.
Yeah.
Adam's family, baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
It works on so many levels. I love it.
It does. It really does.
The Adams family, baby.
Baby.
Okay, hold on.
What's up?
Can I intro the next match if we're ready?
Go for it.
Okay, guys. AEW is trying something they have never tried before. Get this. The Young Bucks may or may not be feuding with their friends. Revolutionary. Never in the history of AEW have they done a storyline about who the Bucks are friends with. For crying out loud. So dumb. Anyways.
But now we add stipulations on top of it, though. Yeah. Talking about the Golden Jets, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho against the Young Bucks. And there's basically it's team versus title shot. If the Golden Jets win, they will get the Young Bucks tag team championship opportunity. But if the Young Bucks win, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho must disband as a team.
You know, that team that's been teaming for 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, right? Yeah, so. Oh. You know, I don't know. I'm at a point right now where they feel like they just don't know how to book the Young Bucks. You know?
That's more how it feels.
Just
that in general.
You know, so it's that's different. They got to figure that out. But when it comes to this, Tommy, what are you thinking?
I'm going Golden Jets. I feel like after the Young Bucks completely racked Commander in the crotch the other night, they're pretty much full on, and in their hometown, they're full on heels. They might as well just call it, let them do what they got to do, and just let them, do the damn thing. So let's say let them heal it up. Let's do this.
Okay, Mike.
As much as I hate to say this, I think I'm gonna, as far as that's gonna happen, I think I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks, because first of all, the Golden Jets is not a team that oh no, they're never a team again. All their memorable matches as a team. But also, let's be honest, the better tag team with gold in it is the Golden Lovers, because now Kota Ibushi is officially all elite, has a contract. So
is that bicycle. Yeah.
That was awesome. So like, I'm not really.
A DDT wrestling spot on Network American Television is just everything.
So
cable.
The best part is there's an old, like early '90s WCW clip where Dusty's on commentary on like Saturday night, and he says something like he hit him with everything, hit him with a bicycle, and there wasn't one at the time. But now someone has been able to put those two clips together, and it's glorious.
Pro wrestling, man, bridging the gap.
Young Bucks, just because that's what they do.
Yeah, Young Bucks as well for me. It's
okay.
Yeah. How many times they feud with their friends, and they always end up winning the feud with their friends. So this is kind of what that. Yeah. So
yeah.
All right, TBS Championship. Chris Statlander's defending against Julia Hart and Sky Blue.
That's right. It's official now. Sky Blue.
Yeah, it's official now. Sky Blue. Mike, I know you're a big Statlander person. Wow.
Burnsy pulling out the references.
Very nice. Very nice.
I like it.
Very nice.
That is.
If you don't know where that's from, research, guys. Mike, is Chris Statlander walking away with the TBS Championship here?
Unfortunately, I'm going to go with no.
Ooh.
Because of storyline, I think it's going to be Julia Hart. She's kind of had a Liv Morgan-like, not exactly with the same type of wrestling, but that kind of like underdog character. Oh, and she's kind of evil though. But anyways, the fans have gotten behind her is like the important thing. And they do still love Statlander, and they also love Sky Blue. But Julia had actually kind of been getting a run up until that previous TBS title match. And it seems like with her her connection with the House of Black and her spooky mist stuff, that something's still going to go down. So I think it's going to be Julia. Obviously, I love Statlander, and I wish he'd keep it, but I feel like the storyline is not going that way.
Okay. I think Statlander's going to keep it.
Okay.
I think with what they established with Jake Cargill, I think Statlander needs to kind of set her own path with it. I think it's still a little early to drop it right now. So I got Statlander. Tommy.
I'm actually going Julia Hart.
Okay. I thought for a second you were going to go Sky Blue. We're all going to have a dog.
I thought about it because that's your intent, but nah, I'm going to stick with who I originally picked when this match got announced. I'm going to go with Julia Hart. She's been killing it. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. Did you guys see her on AEW a couple weeks ago?
No.
They did a supernatural twist to it where she essentially took over the show. No. At one point, Brody King was behind RJ City with the ski mask on and like roared and scared him. And we turned around, he was gone. And like by the end, she was in RJ City's position, but she was talking, but it was his voice coming out. So basically, it's Julia Hart talking, but all you hear is RJ City going, "Well, this was a hoot," and so it was like it was basically like a horror movie. Like she took it over, and it was really cool. And I'm just like, okay, at this point, just give her all the.
I know you mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but I think over the break, I'm going to binge watch those, like you were saying.
You have to. Like at this point, yes, just binge watch that. I ended up doing that by accident because I was just watching one, and then I was like, oh, that looks like a good one. And the next thing I know, and like I think the one with Taz is still my favorite.
Oh, yeah, they've had Jerry Lynn on there. I've seen, and
that was so good because Jerry Lynn is just a great person to hear talk. Of course, we kind of know that from ACW, but it was just so good. Go watch them; they're so awesome. His last one was it Miro? I think Miro was this past week. I think, unless I'm wrong. I think it was Miro.
All right. AEW International Championship, Orange Cassidy against Jon Moxley, a match that, quite frankly, could steal the show the whole night.
Could.
So,
really could.
And this is a tough one to go back and forth, but you know what? I'm sticking with Orange Cassidy on this one. So, freshly squeezed. I know, Mike, your Blackpool Combat Club, but I don't know.
Is a tough one, though, man.
It really is tough.
And
this one's
it's
gonna
tough
be
for
crazy.
two different. There's almost like two different layers to it, because storyline-wise, everything got screwed up when Moxley got concussed in the match with Metalik.
Phoenix.
Thank you, with Phoenix. And I think he was supposed to keep it and have a lengthy run.
Mhm.
Then there was a reason that Moxley still couldn't come back again, so they put the belt on Cassidy. And now I don't know if they're just going to reset and go back to Moxley to give him his reign, or does Orange? Because I don't think he's had a decisive victory over
Moxley,
if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he has either.
Which would be big for him. So all right.
It's the kind of thing that can really kind of catapult.
I've hardly ever done this, so I'm going to have to do this once. Orange Cassidy is heads, John Moxley is tails.
What? Here we go.
Okay, Google.
History.
Flip a coin. It's heads. So Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy.
For the win.
Wow.
Yep.
Tommy, you flipping a coin too, or what are you going to do here?
Nah, I'm gonna go Orange Cassidy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Jason is not.
I'm not going to be surprised in the least.
Yeah, no. If I'm wrong, it's not that shocking. But yeah, that's just where I'm going.
Sure.
But no.
If this was Claudio, I'd be.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. But no, I'm gonna go Orange Cassidy. I just feel like that's what they're gonna set up because also I know Moxley will have his hands full with Ospreay and David Finlay pretty soon with Wrestle Kingdom about less than 2 months away.
Yeah. All right. AEW Tag Team Championship is a 4-way. Ricky Starks and Big Bill defending against us. La Facción Ingobernable, FTR, and Kings of the Black Throne. How is this? How are you guys this? And there's no black guys in it. I love that one. That's a great one.
that was a good one. And I'm sure they all had to fight laughing with everything.
I know. Tommy, who do you think is walking away with this one?
Ironically, Kings of the Black Throne. Ironically, that's kind of I'm kind of picking House of Black across the board this night. So that's what you said. That I was like, oh, that's funny. The black guy's gonna pick them. So,
right.
But yeah, I don't know. I ever since they started in PWG, these two, like after Malachi got released and everything, I've always loved them as a team. So I think this is their time to win it. And nothing against Ricky and Bill, because I'm just happy to see Big Bill, do something. Because I'm happy for him. But yeah, I just think Kings of the Black Throne are going to win it.
Okay. I think Starks and Bill are going to retain. I really kind of want to see how they do against the Young Bucks. I just
that would
feel
be
like
fun.
that's going to be the fun part of this one. So I like Starks, I like Big Bill on that, and I think that sets up a interesting one. So
yeah.
Mike, what about you?
I'm going to go with Tommy and go with Kings of Black Throne.
Wow. Okay.
For kind of looking across the board here, I see what you're saying, JC, about them facing off against the Bucks, but I don't want Starks kept in a tag team for too long. He is clearly a superstar. He needs to be back up there in the discussion with MJF. La Facción Ingobernable, they just got back, so I think it's a little early to put tag belts on them. And the FTR, they could always be your champions. They could always be in the mix. They're just at that level right now, so I don't think it hurts them if they don't win this. And I kind of agree with Tommy. I'm kind of going full House of Black here with Julia Hart earlier and them two in this one. So, yeah.
All right.
Wow.
What's up?
Burns is in a musical. I mean,
do you really want to taste that? I'm waiting for Peacemaker season 2. Come on, man. It's gonna be awesome. So
yeah.
All right. AEW Women's Championship: Hikaru Shida against Timeless Tony Storm. Yeah. Mike, what do you think?
I gotta go Tony Storm with this. What she's done with this, even on Dynamite, where Maria May showed up, and anytime they opened the door and Tony was on screen, it went black and white, and they closed the door and it went right back to color, which was just hilarious. And the character's so great. And Hikaru Shida is great, but I feel like the women's division, like I guess she's had a couple feuds, but nothing that really stands out. And So maybe like a little bit of time with a character will shake things up a bit. I don't know, but I just think you got to kind of strike with this character while it's getting so hot.
Okay. So you're saying Tony Storm on this one?
Yeah.
I'm kind of in agreement with you. This is hilarious. Watch out for the shoe. I'm never gonna forget that. That's just amazing. So
And watch for the shoe.
watch for the shoe.
And better yet,
it was how she did it. It's like, and watch for the shoe.
Yes.
no, the last little bit was Renee ducking and being like, seriously? Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, come on.
Tommy.
Forgive me, Sheeta, but Tony Storm.
Okay. I knew that was gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
All right.
Happy with us if he's still here.
Yeah. Let's see. Finally, AEW World Championship. Sheeta retains.
Okay,
Oh my
that's fair.
gosh.
That is fair.
Actually, that's not. Yeah. Yeah. That has merit too.
All right. Finally, AEW World Championship. MJF against Jay White. Man, oh man. And this is one when they booked it, I thought, you know what? This could be it. I think Jay White is going to shock the world and take this one off MJF.
I thought that
Yeah.
until all this devil stuff came up.
Yeah, I know. But man, I don't know. This devil stuff is crazy. Do you think they reveal it tonight or on a figure?
Okay.
Yes, I honestly do. I feel like they're gonna reveal it in Full Gear, kind of like. Wait. How do we always say it? Like NXT UK used to do? You can't even wait. Even after the credits go off, you got to keep watching because
Yeah.
who knows is gonna show up.
Wow.
So I feel like they're gonna reveal the devil at Full Gear.
So you're going with MJF?
I'm going with MJF to retain, and they're gonna reveal who the devil is.
Any guesses who the devil would be?
I have a few, and I have one that I think is out there, but isn't out there.
Okay.
I think I see Joe, and that's another reason why I agree with Jason is because I think someone with Joe's going to take it from him this time because he's going to see through what MJF did the last time and like beat him at like not World's End, but probably like Revolution or something.
Okay.
Excuse me, but my honest to God thought of who the devil could be, and I know this would make no sense, but I would love it.
Al Pacino.
Besides that, and not Robert De Niro either, because he also played the devil. In one movie, I can't. Angel Heart, that's what it was. CM Punk.
Man,
That would be the best storyline, like best thing ever. I agree. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's gonna
If
happen,
they
but
could
that
pull it off. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. That would definitely be amazing too. Yeah, for sure.
unless it's someone like Wardlow hired to wear the mask, it's so nobody, and Wardlow just jumps in jail from
Oh,
behind.
if they're keeping to who was originally under the mask, there's no way it was Wardlow. Way too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like he hired a proxy.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
No, like storyline wise, Punk would be the best, but
Yeah, that's if he
realistic wise,
that's if he doesn't show up at Survivor Series either. Though.
That is some long-term booking if they pull that one off. So.
That dude's just gonna be hanging out like pro wrestling tees or something.
Yep.
Probably.
Mike, who do you think is walking away with the title?
I gotta go with MJF because there's way too many other things and people gunning for him. Like Wardlow still wants him. Joe still wants him. What?
What was it? I think it was like it was some match where it was like they showed like everyone who wants a piece of MJF. It was Hobbs. Hobbs is the other one who was watching.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's what I kind of like right now. It's like everyone's like legitimately gunning for him. They're all like
I almost feel bad of the storyline if like Jay White won, and then everyone's like, oh, all right, I guess.
Yeah.
Title shot, and he's like, hey, I'm the champ. They're like, yeah, but we wanted MJF, dude.
Yeah, so we wanted to kill MJF though. Like that was who we were actually looking.
Sorry, bro. Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
All right. Well, AEW Full Gear this Saturday, November 18th, 7 p.m. Central Time on Bleacher Report, taking place in the Kia Forum in Los Angeles, California. Bleacher Report will have it for $50. Now, this is an interesting one because it is on Saturday. Rampage. Rampage. I'm sorry. Collision. Right.
Collision's on Friday.
Collision's on Friday. I think they're going to do Rampage on Saturday as a pre-show, essentially, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe.
I think.
So,
I can't remember exactly, but I think it's something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, they're kind of selling a combo ticket here thing, sort of thing. So pre-show will probably be an hour beforehand. That's when they'll have the always tag titles. What's up?
Sorry, so Jason just brought one thing up that apparently yesterday Tony Khan announced that they have signed a top-level free agent, and they will announce. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up actually too. One last thing on this. That is a big one. He's tying a top-level free agent. He's going to reveal it at Full Gear. Any guesses, everyone?
Someone said Sami Callihan, and I couldn't be happier if that's true.
I know you're going to sound like I'm going to sound like I'm being insulting. I don't know if he's as big as it. Well, then again, it's Tony Khan.
I was actually about to say that name, Jason. Actually, I think it's going to be Mickie James.
See, I think it's either Ospreay or Mercedes.
Fair enough.
Interesting. So there's a lot more choices than I thought.
I love how none of us have the same name whatsoever.
Yeah, I know.
That's the fun part. We don't know who it is. It's going to be. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see.
It's Roman Reigns.
No. It's Reign Romans, the new guy.
It's Joe and I.
Joe.
I mean,
I heard it's this new guy. His name's Dwayne Johnson. He could be pretty big someday if he plays right.
It's not like Joe has any matches coming up soon. So
true.
Oh, is he okay? I wasn't sure about that. I thought he was.
I think the contract ends in January with Ospreay.
I thought I'd heard them talking already about him being a free agent. So, my bad.
Mickie James would be pretty awesome to see.
I think he's doing his own version of the bidding war of 2024, except his 2024 is January of that year.
All right, time for our 1 minute warning segment here. Mike, do you have something this week?
I'm gonna pass this week, man. I'm tired.
Okay. Tommy, what about you?
I actually think I'm good too. I think, I'm pretty solid this week.
Well, mine is a shout out because Mike, as of yesterday, it's been 5 years since you've been on the WrestleCast. I don't know if you realize that.
Oh crap!
5 years ago, yesterday was your debut episode on the WrestleCast, which at that time we previewed what was NXT War Games and Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that that's now combined.
Yeah,
so
times have changed.
But in that time, this show has gone to so much through so many changes. The pandemic kind of made this all virtual, and then obviously live stream has definitely made my life easier because I don't have to do a whole lot of video editing. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
How the turntables.
But as someone who I've obviously known the longest on this show, we've known each other since middle school, best friends since high school. I'm so proud of you, dude. Like you have taken the ball on this, run with it. As I've gone into the youth sports coaching world, which is so time consuming, let me tell you. But to see you out there getting interviews, making connections, it's amazing to watch, dude. And I'm just amazed at how well you're doing with this. I'm proud of you, and thank you everything you've done for the show, Tommy. You included, because your hard work. The Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel is a YouTube partner channel now, guys. So, and we couldn't have done this without you guys. Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
That actually just happened today, officially.
Oh, nice.
Thank you guys for all your hard work on this. Thank you to everyone in the Countdown City Geeks network because and special congrats to Ted Steady. This was your baby. This is where it started. It started as a Geekcast.
Woo.
You Jericho, Rob, Dusty, and look where it's become. This is your vision. This is your baby. Thank you for bringing us along for the ride. Thank you for letting us just sit here and talk wrestling on the YouTube channel. And it just grew from there. So it's pretty awesome just to know that we were a part of that growth and that it's gotten to the point where we are a partner, YouTube partner channel, the Countdown City Geeks are. But yes, to Mike, to you especially, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you.
No, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let me just say on my part, I mean, it came from both you guys because, like I said, both you guys have made friends with everybody everywhere. And then JC, you used to do the interviews back when we first started, and I was like, "That's cool. I want to do that." And then honestly, shout out to like Mission Pro and Hybrid and RCW. Especially the Hybrid people because they've just like accepted us and like they're cool and like last show when we wanted to go get those vignettes in and I was like, can we come in early? He was like, yeah, no problem. Come in and get what you need. And I was like, cool. And they just let us in. And so, yeah, it's been awesome. So thank you guys. And yeah, shout out Steady. Thank you for starting this whole thing.
Indeed.
Because it's been awesome. And there's a lot of things we would not have done in the past 5 years had it not been for starting this. So
for sure.
For sure. And my kids love the free movies.
Yeah, I bet.
I bet.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason. Much appreciated. Yeah.
And yeah, you know what? Jason, Bernsey, Edward, Christian, thanks to all you guys who watch us and
for sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jason, you're the unofficial fifth Beatle, if you will. You're always there at the show with us. If you ever want to come on, man, let us know. Bernsey, same thing. Y'all guys are awesome, and we appreciate it.
Yeah,
do something fun. Just like.
All right. Once again, AEW Full Gear is this Saturday, November 18th, 7 p.m. Central Time on Bleacher Report for $50. Check it out. Stack cards. Going to be amazing. Next week, we're going to recap that event and also preview WWE Survivor Series War Games.
War Games.
See what else gets announced. But I want to point out, though, that obviously next week is Thanksgiving. You guys cool if we move this to Friday night, Black Friday? Because I'm going to be out of town. I'll be coming back on Black Friday. So
I'm sure that'll be fun.
Late night on the 24th, Friday the 24th.
Yo, we haven't done WrestleCast after dark.
We haven't in a while.
Yeah.
So,
I'll see what device I'm using because of stuff happening in this house, and
just so give you a little extra time to prep for that. Yeah.
Ooh, are we gonna have a flashback to Tommy in the comments?
Right?
Dude, that was so, man. I couldn't type fast enough to everything y'all were saying on that show. I was so
well because it's already on a delay with you watching it.
Yeah, and then I was like, nothing was working, and I loved how my power came back on right as the show was ending. Y'all were like on I think y'all were like on 1 minute warning, and my power came back on. Yeah. I was ready to fight somebody. I really was.
Well, we'll talk all about that on Black Friday if you guys survive the purge, which is what I also call Black Friday for all the shopping. I need to make that movie trailer, the Purge movie, and it's Black Friday.
In fairness, do people really, as many people really go out to stores anymore?
Not as much since the pandemic. I'm surprised. Walmart's closed on Thanksgiving. Can you guys believe that shit?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a shocker.
Exactly. So
where am I going to pick up those yams at the last minute, man?
To grow them.
No, because I remember one year I had to go to like CVS for something. They're always open.
Yeah, no, CVS.
Yeah, and they'll have that. They'll have the stuff last minute. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us on this week's episode of the WrestleCast. I gotta put this shit back up here. Yeah. What?
No, I'm just because you're like I gotta.
Sorry. Over here we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.
Reach for the sky, boy.
We'll see ya.
Adios, Punto.